What's up, everybody? Today we have rare dollar bills that are in your wallet, possibly worth a lot of money. I am so pumped. Let's go over some really cool dollar bills that you can find today. This first note is a great example of why you want to be looking at both the front and the back of your bills. This is a 1988 $1 bill. This is a very modern bill. If you look at the back, it looks normal. If you go to the front, you can tell that the overprint is flipped upside down. It is inverted, making the bill worth a lot of money. This one graded by PCGS a 63, sold for nearly $500. Keep an eye out for notes that have this error on it. This is one of my favorite errors. This is called a gutter fold error. When you find a bill like this in circulation, it's not going to be opened up like this. So make sure that when you get bills from a bank, from the store, from the gas station, from wherever, that you're unfolding them if they're folded over like this, because it could be a gutter fold error just like this. This $1 bill that was printed in 1969, that's not that old. Typically, without the error, this dollar would only be worth $1. This one sold for $162. Again, another good reason to look at both the front and the back. This note is a 1977 $1 bill. If you look at the back, completely normal, completely fine looking. And when you flip it over, you can tell the second print, which is the front of the note, was misaligned during the printing process. It's shifted over. So this $1 bill is now worth what it sold for at $94. Make sure you're looking out for this misalignment errors on both the front or the back. Now, if you ever find a bill like this, it can be worth a lot of money. This is a printed fold over error. Now, you can tell that it's a genuine error by how it's missing the seal and the serial number on the back of the bill. If you look at the back of the bill, it's missing that serial number. This one, graded by PCGS a 58 PPQ, sold for $750. So if you ever get a bank strap back from the bank, or if you ever get spare change back, make sure you're unfolding the bills and making sure you don't have this error. And if you do have the error, make sure to put it in a safe spot immediately so you don't damage the note and reduce its value. Here's a pretty tricky one. This is what's called an ink smear error. Now, a lot of people will come to me and say, hey, I have this really rare dollar bill, and they show me a picture and it ends up just being dirt. You can tell that this is an ink smear error straight from the BEP because the ink is identical to the ink on the bill. And this is also why you need someone that has expertise to help you understand what this is and if it's genuine or not, because there are people out there that will fake these, try to increase the value of their bill to make some money. These ones are graded by paper money guarantee, so you know that these are 100% authentic errors. This group of 3 errors sold for over $1,000. So someone, more than likely, you can tell the serial numbers are consecutive, so more than likely they went to the bank and got 100 $1 bills, and as they were flipping through, they noticed that there's this ink smear error. They went ahead, submitted it to PMG, and now with this $3 investment, they're up $1,000. Looking at the front of this 1995 $1 bill, you don't notice anything, but as soon as you turn it over, you notice that the back is inverted. Whenever you see the back of a bill or the front of the bill different from the other side, it's facing the wrong way, or it's a different denomination, which is another one of my favorite errors, that means it's going to be worth a lot of money. This one is graded by PCGS a 66 PPQ. PPQ meaning premium paper quality. This one sold for $1,320. This is a $10 1977 doubled print error, and no, this picture is not blurry, it's just the print. Just that main printing on the front of the bill is what's doubled there. This one was graded by PMG a 65 EPQ. That means there's not one fold on this bill. This sold for a lot of money. This sold for $4,560 for this note. And this can happen on both the front or the back of the bill. So make sure to look at the front and the back. That's a very important fact right there. All right, up next, I'm going to show you the back of this bill because there's nothing wrong with the back of this 1969 $10 bill. But if you go to the front, you can tell that there is way too much ink on there. You can see that the back was printed on the front. This is what's called an offset printing. This one graded by PMG a 68 EPQ, which is massive. Remember, the highest grade you can get is a 70. This one sold for $1,000 for this $10 bill. Now imagine you go to the bank or you go to your local grocery store and you get money back and they hand you a $10 bill and you see this. The first thing you want to do is keep it very safe. Do not fold it because this can be worth a lot of money. Here we have a 1985 $10 Federal Reserve Chicago note. The front looks fine, but when you flip it over, you can tell that we have another ink smear error. You can tell that it's genuine because the ink color is identical. It looks darker, but it's the same exact ink as printed on the bill. This $10 bill sold for $90. Here we have a 1985 $20 bill. The front looks normal, everything looks fine, but then you turn it to the back. That's why it's so important to look at the front and the back of the note, this is an insufficient inking error. So the back left of the bill just doesn't have enough ink on it. Now you can tell that this is a genuine error, one, because PMG graded it and they know what they're doing, and two, because it's a very consistent, very gradual reduction of ink there. Nobody can do that and try to erase it. They'll damage the note. It'll be fluffy. It'll look very obvious. So if you ever see something like this out in circulation, make sure you hold on to it because it definitely can be worth a lot of money. This one graded by PMG is 65 EPQ. EPQ meaning exceptional paper quality. This one sold for $360 on something that cost you $20, right? A $20 bill. Turn that into $360. That's a win in my book. Quick little fact here. This is a 1977 $1 bill. As you can see, that red mark on there, that is what's called a BEP rejection mark. BEP meaning the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, where U.S. paper money is printed. What happens is you can tell there's also an offset printing error on this front. And what happened was a BEP employee was looking through sheets and he noticed that this one was an error. So they typically have a red pen or some sort of mark that will flag the sheet to tell everyone, hey, this should not go out. This needs to be destroyed. And what happens sometimes is those notes will get out just like this one. So if you ever see a red BEP rejection mark with an error, that's okay. That's still going to be worth a lot of money. This one sold for $126. This is one of the main reasons you need to unfold the corners of your notes. This is a butterfly error. Beautiful, beautiful error. If you unfold the bill, it looks like a butterfly. Super, super cool. This one is a 1988A $1 Federal Reserve note from Philadelphia. This one sold for $174. Another reason to unfold your bills on the corners. This is a 1969B $1 Federal Reserve note from Cleveland. This is a paper jam error. This one sold for $186. The front of this 1981 $1 bill looks completely fine, but as soon as you turn it over, you can tell, oh my gosh, that is a crazy ink smear. If you ever see anything like this, it's going to be worth a lot of money. This $1 bill sold for $630. Now this is a tricky one. This is a 1985 $1 bill and it looks just like a normal tear, but this tear actually happened at the BEP. It is a printed tear error. If you ever want to know if your error is genuine, you need to find an expert in paper money or you need to send it to PMG. This is a less desirable error, but it is still an error nonetheless. This note sold for $104, so that's a pretty good return on your $1 investment, turning it into $104. Here we have a 1950 $5 bill from St. Louis. This one has a rejection tag from the BEP. Looking at the note, I don't really see a reason why it has a rejection mark. Typically, there will be rejection marks if there is some sort of error. But if you ever see something like this on a note, don't shove it away like it's no big deal because this is something that has collector value. This one graded by PMG, a 64, sold for $210. Here we have a 1969 $5 bill from Boston. You can see that really large BEP rejection mark with that ink smear error. This one sold for $492. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos about coins and currency, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out some of the videos on your screen right now.